and welcome back. We have an update to Murray from Aberdeenshire, who was the student, the 17-year-old, who was thrown out of class by a teacher after filming argument insisting only two genders exist. This was from The Independent on the 20th of June, so nearly a couple of weeks ago when this incident happened, but we have had an update because of an interview with Hypocrite very recently, and he was the one who tweeted this out from Reddit, which helped make it go viral. After then, Paul Joseph Watson retweeted the video as well, and it's gone global, essentially. And therefore, there was a backlash for Murray, the student. He was initially suspended for 1 week, and this was after filming his teacher say that there were more than two genders, and him saying, "Well, I disagree with that. That's not based in science at all." And the teacher getting annoyed, saying, "Well, hey, you're not very inclusive." And Murray says, "Well, you kicking me out isn't very inclusive." It's like, the teacher said, hey. I was saying there are more than one gender in this country. That's an opportunity which is acceptable in this school. And you were choosing to make an issue of this. That was your opportunity to keep quiet. Student replies he thinks it is silly to have anything other than two genders. Teacher tells him to keep his opinion out of school and in his house as student continues to challenge him. Video ends a few moments later as the teacher walks out of the room. The Aberdeenshire Council indicated the video did not tell the whole story, saying it's poor to understand the context of any video clip taken without the person's consent. Yes, cool. Project Veritas knows a heck of a lot about that. James O'Keefe. They say, in our schools, fostering good relations among different groups can be a real challenge, but our aim is to support a fair and inclusive environment for all, he said. It is understood the student has been disciplined for posting the video footage online, not for his actions within the video. That is to say that using a phone and especially filming a teacher, especially without their consent, goes against school rules, which is why he was disciplined, suspended for a week. He was then suspended for a further 2 weeks, throughout which he was doing work for the school to then start the next year. And then at the end of those 2 weeks, he was told, well, you will not be coming back to this school. We can't have you back. In fact, it was the head teacher and the deputy head who went to his home in order to tell him, because they wanted him to stay away from school. This was sparked off because they were doing some computer work with the class. They were looking at computers and not at the teacher. The teacher said, "Oh, this website says there are two gender options, and there are more than that." To which Murray said, "No, there are only two genders." Bit of a verbal altercation then, and then he was told to leave. Waited 30 minutes and thought, I should probably record this. So he did, and good on him. It's similar to Lindsay Shepherd from Wilford Laurier recording her interview when they were saying that playing a clip of Jordan Peterson without context was like playing Hitler or Marley Yiannopoulos. They conflated those two people. So she's now seems to be moving further to the conservative side as it happens, and she's still in the public eye and reasonably prominent. So she's done okay for herself, and we hope that Murray will do the same. And in the interview with Hypocrite, Murray said, well, he's not sure what to do. He's 17 years old and hoping to continue his education. You can leave at 16. You don't need to do the final 2 years when in Scotland, but he is hoping to do so if he can with a public school. But of course, they're going to follow the traces back and get in touch with his school, which he's just been expelled from. So they're probably not going to want him either. So he's hoping for then maybe private education, and therefore a fundraiser has been created to help. I will leave a link in the description for that, as well as for the interview with Hypocrite to show it in all its glory and context. But the point being that, well, the thought that the Murray proposes himself is that they suspended him for a week with an intention to expel him straight away, but they wanted the knowledge of this, or the public eye, to move on from this event and then wait for it to die down before expelling him so they wouldn't receive a big backlash, which is why I'm making a video of this now in order to propagate focus on this story, because it is not acceptable for such action to have taken place, and it shows more why it's encouraged for homeschooling to take place due to the level and severity of indoctrination happening at schools to push a very progressive, and I use that term sarcastically, a very progressive agenda within schools, nationally, internationally, across the Western developed world, that now we're progressing into regression. But anyway, that's it for now. Do let me know what you guys think. Do you think, well, that's skeptical? I mean, if you're undermining a teacher's authority, then you should be banned from the school anyway, because, hey, teachers know best, and that's why they're there. Or do you think, well, there are certain things that schools shouldn't cover like this, and that should be covered by the parents and by the person themselves? As the Muslim protesters in Birmingham are saying about the LGBT education, to say, well, hey, this is not something for a school to do, this is something for the parents to do. But with the degradation of family values in the Western world, schools are having to do more and more, and they are becoming the non-biological mother, essentially, to be the maternal guide for the children, to teach them everything. And it is now what to think instead of how to think. It is negating critical thought, and it is just indoctrination, because it makes people easier to control if you buy into the sheeple conspiracy. But yes, do let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching, for your continued support, and I will see you next time.